Ndị be anyị ekene unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị si ka nke onye chiri ya zelu. Anyị si n'ụbọchị nke taa dịrị unu na mma na ihe adịka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu akwa ya dịrịrị ise ise ise. Dịka o si dị, ọ bụ na nke ụbọchị izi gị na-esere n'iru akwụkwọ kabarụ kepụsa ya bụ ozi ije gị n'ugbu a. Maka ya wetara unu ụbọchị nke taa bụ evening tea n'iru akwụkwọ. Ya bụ ife bụ gbasịta maka the update on Biafran Prime Minister Maazị Simon Ekpa Njoko. Biafrans kwuru okwu dị iche iche and a lot of improvement na-adị. So anyị chọkwunu ga ya bụ discussion ihe ụmụnna anyị were ịgwa anyị on the latest update gbasara Maazị Simon Ekpa and the Nigerian government. So dịka ihe ga ya bụ ife ga-esi dropụrụ anyị ife iche n'ụdị nke gị n'iru akwụkwọ. All right, over to you, sir.
Directly and indirectly, we see European countries involving in enslavement in Africa, even in 21st century. But we never imagine that Finland will be part of those countries who will get involved in such kind of evil act. Every one of us know that Mazi Simon Ekpa has not committed any crime, including the Finnish authority. There was nothing Mazi Simon Ekpa did in Finland that he did in the secret. Mazi Simon Ekpa has always been an outspoken person when it comes to the issue of Biafra. From the very first day he started to get fully involved in the issue of Biafra, he made it official. And he tendered evidence, credible evidence, of why he's doing what he's doing and what he's doing at every point in time. He has never done anything in secret. But it's unfortunate that we have gotten to this level where we, the Biafrans, can no longer keep silent and pretend that all is well. All is not well. There is no sensible person that will watch the press conference yesterday by Dr. Levy and the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE, and your heart will remain the same. No. And we have seen press statements that have been released by some international organizations on what is happening. And there is no way, if you are human, you will see those press release and yet your mind will remain the same. It will not. The Biafrans have tried as much as they can to give the Finnish authority enough time to do what they have to do. But from every indication, we are still seeing that the laws on this planet Earth has different meanings to different people at different point in time. We have now understood once again that people cannot be treated equally. It is sad that it is happening. It is sad. There was never a time we prayed to get this far. But for the fact that Finland have allowed us to drag this very issue up to this moment, for the fact that the Finnish authority have allowed this to happen up to this moment, they have given us no choice than to do what we have to do. And as if that is not enough, I thank you, that there are still some international organizations are weighing in and they are being a voice for the voiceless. It is sad. If you see what I'm sharing there on the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, you can hear breaking, betrayed by Finland. Biafra Prime Minister Simon Ekpa arrest sparked global outrage. And I want us to go into it and see what we have there. Betrayed by Finland. Biafra Prime Minister Simon Ekpa arrest sparked global outrage. It is not just the Biafrans speaking this time. The world is speaking. And I'll read some portion of this very article for us to draw our word from there. And it reads, the prolonged detention of Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister of the self-declared United States of Biafra, by the Finnish authority at the behest of the Nigerian government has ignited fresh international debate on human rights, self-determination, and freedom struggle in Africa. In a strongly worded statement issued in Abuja, Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE, Chief of Staff and Deputy Prime Minister of the United States of Biafra, condemned what she described as Finland's calculated betrayal of its own citizen. Dr. ORABUEZE accused the Finnish government of colluding with Nigeria to suppress the voice of Biafrans by detaining Simon Ekpa under allegation of terrorism while investigations are ongoing. This is not just an assault on one man, but a calculated attempt to weaken the struggle for Biafra's self-determination and embolden Nigeria's oppressive policies against Biafra, she declared. Dr. ORABUEZE pointed to escalating violence in the Biafran region, allegedly orchestrated by the Nigerian states and led by Defense Chief Christopher Musa, who has vowed to dismantle the Biafran movement. She cited recent killing of Biafran civilians, which she claimed were carried out by integrated terrorists acting under the Nigerian government order. Simon Ekpa's only crime is his unwavering defense of Biafran citizens against state-backed terror, she said. The statement also called on Biafrans to remain resilient and continue funding their self-defense effort. Dr. ORABUEZE urged Finland and Norway to respect international human rights laws and self-determination principles, warning against the criminalization of freedom fighters. This controversy comes amidst growing allegations of Nigerian human rights abuses, which have drawn criticism from organizations such as the United Nations and Amnesty International. Dr. ORABUEZE reiterated that Biafran independence is not just Simon Ekpa's vision, but a collective aspiration of a marginalized people. She urged the international community to hold Finland and Nigeria accountable, demanding Ekpa's immediate release to ensure the safety of his life. The struggle for Biafra independence is far from over. History will judge those who choose to suppress rather than support it, Dr. ORABUEZE concluded. The world now watches as this clash of policies, sovereignty, and human rights unfold. And that is what it is. This is nothing but a clash of politics, sovereignty, and human rights. That is what it is. Nothing else. My fellow Biafrans that are watching anywhere you are watching this program from, you can agree with me that we have come to a stage where we can no longer be silent. We can no longer continue to pretend that all is well. All is not well. And we can no longer continue to paint walls. Since the Finnish authority have refused to do the needful, we are left with no other choice than to speak and demand for the unconditional release of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. You can see the Daily Post update. He said, Simon Ekpa, Ayoba Cho group raises alarm over prolonged detention of separatists. They will always write in their own terms. But what we have to know today is that there is now global outrage. And it is no longer business as usual. Voices are coming out from all angles, from all corners, speaking out on the situation of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Every one of us should tighten up our belts. It will no longer be business as usual. We have waited for too long to get this far. And we have done a lot to get this far. And we cannot allow anybody to take away our freedom from us, nor delay it anymore. The time has come. We never knew we would get to this point. But now that we have gotten to this point, we are left with no choice than to go all out and call out the Finnish government on the role they are playing today in listening to Nigerian government for one interest or other to continue to hold Mazi Simon Ekpa incommunicado. From their own investigation, we all know that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not guilty of all the charges they brought towards him. None. He wasn't found guilty of any. Why is the investigation taking forever? And you see the comparison our lawyer made yesterday with the case of Joe Ayoba. The same thing. Detention while investigation continues, and investigation can take forever. These same tactics cannot be applicable to a white person. It boils down to racism. When it comes to human rights and things happen to Biafra, things that have to do with Africans more especially, human rights is not applicable. Humans no longer have rights. When the issue has to do with blacks, more especially Biafrans, humans lose their rights. The same people that will preach human rights, the same people that will preach humanity, when it comes to the issue of the blacks, more especially Biafrans, they forget about humanity, they forget about human rights. And they allow the abuse of human rights to go to the highest level. They allowed it in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They allowed it in Joe Ayoba. And today they are allowing the same thing on our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. The Western interest. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. Now you understand why every one of us have to stand up for ourselves. It is you and I that will stand up for us. Nobody will fight for you. Nobody will stand up for you. If you refuse to speak or stand up, nobody will do it for you. And the earlier you understand this, the better. Before we proceed, I will allow my beloved brother Akonyo Wetere to give us an opening speech. With the Africans, human rights is no longer applicable. You only see people talk about human rights, pursue human rights, speak about human rights when it comes to the issue that has to do with an European or a white person. But when it has to do with Africans, human rights is no longer applicable. Today we can see another human rights abuse happening before the whole world in broad daylight. We all can see the human rights abuse that is happening today, and the whole world is watching it and doing nothing. the right of a citizen is being abused in broad daylight. It started from Mazen Nandekano. They abused his rights, made their plan and kidnapped him from Kenya, extraordinarily renditioned him to Nigeria, which is against international law. Nigeria government violated everything that needed to be violated. And we were waiting to see the response of the world. And the country that gave him citizenship, they were all silent. We were waiting to hear from the United Nations. United Nations came in and they issued an ultimatum. That ultimatum was violated, and after that, there was no sanction, no reprimanding at all. They kept on doing what they are doing. Amnesty International is very much aware of the crime against humanity in Nigeria. They have reported on Nigeria on several occasions, and yet, these same people that bring this very bad report about Nigeria will still be there, and they see them going round and round and round and pushing their evil agenda, and they do nothing. When we saw the case of Mazen Nandekano, we thought we have seen it all. In broad daylight, Cho Ayoba was kidnapped in Norway. The Norwegian government took Cho Ayoba for no just cause, for flimsy excuses and unnecessary accusations. These are freedom fighters who are defending themselves against tyrants, against terrorist governments. Cho Ayoba was kidnapped in Norway, and they said they're investigating. It's been months, and they are still investigating. What are they investigating? That a freedom fighter who is fighting to defend his land has no right to defend himself. Every one of us should be able to know that the time has come for us to fight for ourselves. The time has come for us to stand up for ourselves. Nobody is going to do it if we don't do it. This statement I'm projecting here is a statement that was released by one of the organizations that Biafra belongs. It says, OEAS raises concern about detention of activists in EU. This is an organization of emerging African states, of which we are a member of it. They have written to the Washington, D.C., and it reads, Biafra and Ambazonia are charter member of the Organization of Emerging African States, OEAS, an international government organization that promotes self-determination and the end to colonial era boundaries in Africa. Today, the OEAS has released the attached declaration raising concern about continued detention in Finland and Norway of EU citizens Ayaba Lucas Cho and Ekpa Simon Njoko. Norway and Finland, based on representations from the serial human rights abusers, Nigeria and Cameroon, have accused Ekpa and Cho of war crime, terrorism, and crimes against humanity. Norway and Finland should be mindful that the accusers themselves are responsible for the situation in their respective countries, which resulted only after decades of their ongoing oppression of the Biafran and Ambazonian people. Hopefully, I'm going to read all the speech. They have released a statement. This is the statement. Hopefully, I'm going to read all of it so that we can be able to go through it and listen together. That is the statement that OEAS, Organization for Emerging African States, released and they sent to Washington, D.C. All these things are being done so that the world will not say we didn't talk. We know they might not listen. We know they might not care. But we will not stop talking. We will continue to shout on top of our voices and continue to take action at the same time. We know that our freedom is in our hands. Nobody can do it for us except we do it. And we must do it without waiting for anybody. Apostle Stephen, you are there. Please go on and speak to us, Apostle Stephen.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, my brother. Welcome.
I am so angry and at the same time happy. Why I am happy is because it is a high time. Whatever they give you, like somebody is dashing you something, you can never enjoy it like something you fought, like something you work and harvest by yourself. And I am not sure, I am not surprised. Yes, we just wanted to have a means of doubting what Finland can do. But our leader, PM, normally trusts them. But immediately I begin to hear that they have joined NATO. That's the time I know that Finland has entered their occultism, which France is the chief of the occultism. So, and as it is now, after the other Niger and other countries have chasing France away, Nigeria now has already started going back to go and romance with France. So romancing with France is automatically saying to France to persuade Finland that is not being corrupt before to be corrupted. To be corrupted because Finland has never been like that. Nobody have known them as a country that do well much in corruption. So, but because they have entered that gang of evil, which France is the coordinator. So they have to begin to listen to France and do whatever the bidding they bring on table. This is what they played out, and France have to persuade the member. And I thank God, like a man like Donald Trump, who came Paris, climate change, all those, begin to sign out America so that you can be able to stand on your own and know who you are. I want to say this clearly. Biafra freedom take a new shape when PM came on board, and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made that statement categorically clear that this guy is coming to bring a new dimension, not story dimension. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu did extremely well in the theory dimension. He gave us lectures. He gave the whole world lectures. He gave ourselves lectures. And everybody understand who you are. This one is not issue of religion or whatever. This one understanding who you really are. If Biafra has been an European country that has fought civil war, by now, even if they did not wake up of talking about being free totally in these years, 50-something years after war, somebody who's supposed to have wake up from there to do it in order to get as a hero, that I am the one that brought it up, and they sign it out and they become the independent country because they have paid the price. Is there any country in this world that will say that they not know what Biafra went through? Even Finland history say there are when the moment the students don't even eat because they know what children of Biafra are going through, that you use starvation, use it and kill children, and children died not by bullet but by starvation, which they are titled and they say that is worst crime on earth. That even in this current war that is going on in Gaza, there all of them are trying to show their ugly face by carrying bread to those people in IDP camps to feed them. But Biafra children, about 3 million, was destroyed not by bullet, but they died. These people did not even say that how can you starve children to die? That God of Biafra, God who knows that this tribe has a strong program as far as humanity is concerned, sustain them. That is, there was a group of people who did not die totally from the agenda of the enemy, because they wanted to wipe that generation away, that nobody will wake up again and call and mention Biafra. As I said before, Nnamdi Kanu did what called theory work. He did theory well. He did it. And when he wanted to set up the practical, God knows what he's doing. It's like Moses and Joshua. But Moses and Joshua, Moses died, but Joshua took over. But Nnamdi Kanu did not die. But God allowed it with the plan and the evil plan, which Kenya was the the road they use in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, taking him out of this space. And God has raised a man like our prime minister, and he took over. The mantle took over. When Nnamdi Kanu was doing the theory, this young man, our prime minister, did not buy. This spirit has not entered him. He was defending the empire or the supermarket that British created, which called Nigeria, where they are eating and enjoying themselves. The young man was defending them until God said it is time. Joshua, prepare yourself, it is time, take over. And the spirit entered him. The spirit entered him. Nnamdi Kanu will be alive. The Simon Ekpa will be alive, and they will be celebrated alive. It's not celebrating them in death. What I am trying to say is that it is high time that Biafra will know, as one of our sisters have said, that this thing can never come from these people we are expecting. They can never give us what we are looking for. They can never defend us. But glory be to God, who has made it possible that Biafra have been declared. And this is the plan they have. They have this plan. Thank God that this lioness, our COS, now was smart enough to be able to take every step. Every step. It seems like he was taking it from the heart of our PM. And he be able to declare Biafra. He declared Biafra that 29. If have not been that, what they wanted to do is to be able to use those cankerworm within system, within Biafra cabinet, and be able to make sure that they delay the declaration. I choose, sir, let me say this to every Biafran. If have been that this thing has happened, I am telling you, what happened, the Biafra coming will never be in fact it will not be in our time. It will not be in our generation. But what we know, that Biafra has become a spirit that can possess any other person. But seeing it possible in this generation, I don't think it's possible. But God did it. No matter their plan and their program, the Biafra was declared before the time. That's why Bible say, I will go. The Lord said that he had made the wisest of enemy. He had made them to become foolishness. They were shocked that Biafra was really declared. Anywhere Biafra is going now, matter of Biafra is going as an independent nation that need to secure their territory, that need to secure their land borders, which means Biafrans, everyone should wake up. It until the Biafran give them what they need before they can know, before they will know that these people have been is ready to take their freedom by the hand. I am here to tell you there's nothing again. Thank God that Biafra have been declared, and what we are looking for is to be able to go ahead, defend our territory, defend our border. When they begin to see what they're not supposed to see, they will know that this generation is not that generation of our that was swallowed that time. There are things God has given to us, wisdom and the equipment. We must defend ourselves. We will not wait for them. We must defend ourselves. Both in media, they cannot close it. Both everywhere on the land, we must defend ourselves. They are crying that, and they are the one that invented the social media. They cannot cancel it. We must defend ourselves. In social media, we will continue talking. In the Biafra land, men, you, all of us, we must carry weapons, defend ourselves. How can you come to kill me and I close mouth? God punish that person that say, I will open my eyes and die as a chicken. Even a chicken is better. A chicken can run because he knows that he wants to kill. He will shout and spread its wings and fly away. But he cannot say to Biafra that he will be killing Biafra. Okay, in Western Nigeria, in the Yoruba now, they have already started Sharia law. Who have ever had this? That these people and these people close mouth. You don't hear the cry of others. They have started the Sharia law. Others are saying no. They are protecting. They are doing this. We did not change anything. They have started it. It has started. And this is what Nnamdi Kanu was shouting. And Simon Ekpa came and carried it up and shout, oh, rise up, oh, and defend yourself. Even retired soldier mention it. How can he said that in Nigeria security agencies, Nigeria army, he is colluding with them. He collude, and no international body carry that news. No international body carry that news. If it is anything that something that have no head, if it is issue of a religion, pastor or whatever, you know that he cannot do it. CNN will carry it. This one will carry it. But you hear a general saying that Nigeria is supporting, is the one colluding with the terrorists. Nobody, no international news carry it. Biafrans, it is time that we will rise up and take our destiny in our hands. Listen, this is issue. You can't move. God can't move until you move. God can't move until you move. We must move and take our destiny in our hands. One thing I know, that no matter whatever they're doing in Finland, our PM must come out shortly. He must come out. But I pity them that in those in our borders, they will see it like never before. They will see it like never before. Even if it is our PM normally say, I am the last bus stop. This generation is the last bus stop. I just want to hand the mic. The other person will talk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Apostle Stephen. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that amazing speech. You have spoken very well, and the Biafrans have heard you and heard you clearly. You made some great points, and it is clear that our fate is in our hands. The Western interest has played its game again. We waited to make it clearer before we speak, and now we are not only speaking, other international organizations are also weighing in, and we can't be silent. I welcome you, my beloved brother Christian. Thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate you, my brother Christian. Thank you for joining us. And go ahead and speak to us, my brother Christian. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, morning, Mazi Choose.
You're welcome, my boy.
Thank you so much for the effort, for your consistency. That is the key. So we appreciate a lot. Thank you so much. But I don't know, because it's been very busy for me in and out and stuff. So is there any? Because I don't want to like deviate or go there. I don't know what exactly. Is it from the program yesterday that? Or
Yeah, based on the program yesterday, based on the press conference yesterday by the deputy prime minister and the lawyer. So that's what we are speaking. It is now very, very clear that the Finnish authorities, Finnish government have somehow colluded with Nigerian government indirectly to continue to detain our
yeah,
prime minister, Simon Ekpa. And when you see the lawyer comparing it with what is happening to Cho Ayoba today,
mm,
he drag it that it is just the same thing as playing out in Norway and in Finland. It's really worrisome, and we have to speak about it. We have waited a long time until it becomes clearer. Go
yeah,
ahead.
but the thing is that obviously, like for me, way before now, I've maybe a year or couple, maybe 2 years ago, thereabout, when Finland was struggling, they began to struggle, and there was attempt by some countries to stop them from joining NATO. So that is when I knew personally. I felt that that was going to be like the deal breaker. So countries like Britain, I like to speak of what I know, but I think France also, because more or less
Yes.
they are like 5 and 6. France is handling the francophone, the Cameroon and stuff like that. The Britain, of course, Nigeria is their business center. Everybody knows that. They can even they everybody knows that. So obviously they can work together on this ground to keep, just doing what they've been doing forever. So I don't mean sword when I say that these are our enemies. They
Yeah.
are our natural enemies, and it's not
Yeah.
gonna change. Yeah, it just not. You see, racism. Having lived in Western world for many decades now, I came to the conclusion that it's a natural phenomenon.
It is. It is.
Uh-huh. So
We
it's
can't
not
deny
something.
that.
Uh-huh. So it is a natural phenomenon. They try to kind of, but we know at the end of the day what it is. And for Finland, they've been kind of like neutral or nice to an extent, but it got to a point, like I say, maybe a year or two ago, where they had to succumb, because their quest to join NATO was also on condition based. You remember that our PM was interviewed, Simon Ekpa was interviewed maybe a year or two ago also by a British correspondent, if you remember, right?
Yeah, yeah. Sent by Arise Television, and they refused to
Exa-
air it.
Exactly.
It was our prime minister that aired it.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't ordinary. This is how they roll, They use every apparatus, but at the end of the day, the main figurehead remains what you see. So obviously from then and then with the Finland pushing to join, so and Turkey and some few, I think mostly Turkey was became a hindrance, an obstacle in their way to joining NATO. That is where Britain and the French they step in and say this guy is causing problem or in their own eyes, because for them Nigeria is their business entity, So and if you try to
Ndị be anyị dịka o si dị, unu anụgonu ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru n'elu akwụkwọ. Ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ dịka ịnụ ya bụ ife ka ị were ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile ọ rụtagasị aka dị iche iche gbasịta maka ka ya bụ ihe si ada n'obodo anyị nọ n'ime ya, ana ka ya bụ ife si ada na ndịda anyanwụ nke anyị na-akpọ Eastern Region. Ka ife were ikwu na ya, drop all your own comment, your own contribution on the comment section below. Daalụ niile na ụmụnne m, chetakwa ọzọ na ihe a bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka a sikwa wee na-ewetara unu ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa. Ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.